Hello YouTube, I'm Whitesushi. Patch 1.0.3 is out, so I'm back with my regular patch review video. In this video, I'll be going through all the patch notes, talking about some of the more significant changes, as well as offering some of my personal insights on them. So this is gonna be very speech heavy. Um, if you don't want to watch the entire video, just leave my voice on in the background while you do something. Take it like a podcast or some shit. But yeah, let's just get right down to it. So firstly, we have the free Beat the Hit bundle as well as the double weekend events. If you go over to your game right now, you can actually access this bundle by pressing P while in the tavern. And the bundle is literally at the extreme left side. It's for 0 gems, 9,001% off. Seems good. I already got mine. And it comes with a bunch of pretty nice features. You get a free 4,000 Defender medal gift. Something interesting about this Defender medal gift is that it actually comes in an item instead of the actual Defender medals just adding on to your Defender medals. So this thing is it's gonna be an item in your inventory. And one thing to know when opening this item, when you see it in your inventory, is that you do not want to be above 8,000 defender medals when you use this because any excess that goes over 12k defender medals is going to be wasted. All right. Next up we have the Squire set. So let me just show you guys the Squire set in game real quick. There we go. This is basically how the Squire set looks like. Pretty nice, I suppose. Helmet is a bit wonky. Don't really like the green squid thingy, but overall still looks nice. Corgi is awesome, and that's about it. As for the pet, it's actually this Purview cat which I have not leveled up yet. I will be leveling him up during my live stream later, so definitely check that out in a bit. Alright, moving down, double gold weekend events, which is basically this weekend, as well as the subsequent weekend for anyone that didn't really pay too much attention to the dates. It's some nice stuff, double gold is always nice. Alright, moving down, we have the loot drop updates. So here, one interesting thing is that what Trendy did was they not only made items drop with larger power increase than before, as shown here, they've also increased the chances of finding items with large power increase. So this is basically like a super drop apparently, an item that has a substantially higher gear score that's gonna help you progress through the game faster. To be honest, it's kind of weird that Trendy introduced this kind of fix. It's like Trendy doesn't really understand why people couldn't progress. Like people don't really know how it works. People don't know how gear works, and this is just one of the so-called blanket ways, like what Trendy actually mentioned down here, that you can so-called fix progression. They're not really fixing the problem, but they are implementing a workaround to sort of get around the problem, which is kind of iffy but acceptable. Right, moving down, we have four more chaos, seven trial maps. During my 3 hours live stream yesterday, right after the patch came out, I would just like to say that I only got one of these maps, unfortunately. Actually, two. I got Assault on Throne Room and the Dead Road. Assault on Throne Room is actually decent. Dead Road seems a bit harder for me. I have no idea why. I think my build was a bit iffy for the game. But generally, I'll be releasing more YouTube videos covering all these new maps, as well as showing you guys my new build now that weapon manufacturers are nerfed. So, subscribe to my channel. Wait for those videos to come out over the course of this week as well as the next week. Other than that, have not really gotten Barry Bear but still yet Little Horn Valley. Hopefully I'll get it later on my Twitch live stream. Alright, moving down we have the wall collision and range indicator updates. So it's nice that they actually show the indicator. Although to be honest guys, it doesn't really help too much. I mean it helps but not too much. It'd be nice if the terrain shows it's wall thing as well. Like the moment maybe make it such that when the wall touches the terrain, when the box of the wall touches the terrain ski box shows as well. Then you can just join it up, sort of thing. One interesting thing to know, guys. This is kinda important. So it says that spike blockade collision volume is 37% larger and 25% larger on the y-axis. Okay, so this seems like an alright buff. Looking at this change, you're like, well, Squire blockade got buffed, right? I mean, it got bigger. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's an interesting interaction nowadays that this could be seen as a nerf to the spike blockade in a way. I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but when ranged enemies, especially hex throwers, as well as the ranged spear throwers, goblin spear throwers, whatever they're called, when you try to target something, they have a chance to miss. Their spears do not 100% hit the target they're aiming at. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it goes to the side, and sometimes it goes under. Actually, it doesn't go under. I'm just kidding, guys. But you guys get the idea. So now that the wall is bigger, your wall is going to end up taking more damage since a portion of this extra spear hits, which you used to miss in the past, are actually gonna hit the wall. And this is true, guys. This is true. I played enough games after the patch to say that this is something I've noticed with my walls. I'm actually taking a bit more damage than I would expect them to. So this is a bit of a nerf. I will be factoring these things in when updating my tier list for walls as well. I'll probably update it over the week as I explore some of these builds, and I will keep you guys updated on this. Range indicator to blockades, yep. They've made trap range indicators as well. That's fine, but it just goes to show how pathetic traps are in terms of range. Just gonna skip over. Traps are still not viable. Don't even bother about them. You can get some pretty insane stats though, on some of them, but generally no. Minimap improvements. Okay, so this is alright, I guess. This is alright. I experienced a bit of a minimap bug in one of those games I have, which I believe is related to this change. Like there's one game where my minimap just disappeared. I think it was on the Dead Road. But other than that, this is a good change. Nice to have. Optimization improvements. I actually felt the game running better. Although latency was more of an issue today. I guess there's a lot of people playing. So Xbox One crash fixes doesn't really concern me, but I guess that's nice. Right, inventory improvements. They call it improvements. Okay, let's see. So this is a good change. Good change. Shows nice stuff. This is questionable. They added more unique icons, but the icons feels a bit weird. Like, okay, I'm not sure if you all agree with this, but I feel that the artistic quality of the icons have downgraded so called. It looks worse than before, but there is a more unique shard icons now, so I guess that's nice. And eventually highlighting new items, I don't think this is too meaningful, but I will see how it goes. This is not very meaningful. This is not very meaningful. Basically, these three are just a bit of quality of life changes. People weren't really asking for this. I don't think people are asking for this, but some nice changes anyway. Controller vibration option. This basically quality of life change, game browser and gamepad UI changes. This is pretty much just controller quality of life, VSync, yeah, quality of life as well. And I don't really use a controller that much, so I have no idea what this is, but I hope it's a good change. Alright, so we're gonna go into the crux of this whole patch, which is the defense balance changes. So firstly, we have the explosive trap, which just got buffed. Trigger range effect, defense power ratio increase, crit damage ratio. So basically, there has been a pretty huge buff to explosive traps. I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but so basically defense power went up and crit damage went down. This is basically what it means, because it's to match relative defense power change. But the cool thing is that this is an overall buff to the explosive trap, because explosive traps run this shard called the explosive surprise, which only scales off defense power. So now that defense power ratio is actually higher, it's able to output more damage basically. And to be completely honest, this is also a buff to power transfer. Power transfer is gonna give you like more stats in general, because I know more defense power, and then you just gonna get a bit more crit damage. So it kind of offsets this, and you're just getting raw defense power out of it. But anyway, oops, that was not intentional. Accidentally dragged my screen here. Alright, yeah, there we go. Okay. Explosive traps probably still not gonna see play, there's no point. Here's the range is not big enough for you to really wanna use it for anything. Neither is the trigger range, even though it got buffed. So I mean that's a lot of damage. If you place it in front of your walls, it can take out some bosses, but generally you run like more than one of it per lane. It's more like if you even if you run it, you just use it to kill bosses. Alright, moving down with the Cannonball Tower, got a bunch of buffs. So right now this guy does more damage per second than what do you call that, Poison Dart. So this guy actually does more damage than PDTs. One interesting thing about Cannonballs is that it can actually hit air units, but still I don't think Cannonball is gonna see much play. Personally, I don't use him on KL7 either because he's gonna get disabled by most enemies. So if you place down a Cannonball Tower on like wave 1, when you don't really have much defense units, much gems to upgrade your existing towers are not really gonna be able to just destroy all the EMP kobolds. So some of them are gonna land on your cannonballs, and these cannonballs are gonna be useless for the first one or two waves, which is I don't know, man. You have to switch your defenses halfway. It's really tedious. So personally, I don't use it, but it can actually do a lot of damage. That's basically it. And also, cannonball towers do not have enough range such that they can kind of just outrange kobolds and slowly take them down. It's a problem. Harpy's Perch as well as Angry Nimbus. I have not actually played these two defenses. I will be testing them more in depth on stream later on after this video. One of my friends, JJ Crepe, he actually tested this with me. As he was playing them in my game, and he said that eh, it's average, not really much stronger. I've heard reports that Angry Nimbus is actually now weaker. So we're gonna see how that goes. Alright, going down. I heard that Obelisk is really broken right now. I heard Obelisk is really broken, but at the end of the day, Obelisk is it's broken in the way that it buffs your character to make your character super strong, but it's not broken in the sense that it's just gonna destroy all the enemies on its own. So this is more like for people who enjoys actively building, which is not me. I don't like to play the game so called, so I just like to AFK and let my defenses do the work. But if you want to play actively, having the defense cost decreased to 40% is, I mean 40 DU is like wow, pretty damn good, man. It also means that you can also place other towers and just have the obelisk there. It is okay. I have to do some tests myself, but personally not something I will use. Alright, moving down with the ballista buff, range increase, probably not gonna make any difference. Attack rate from 5 to 4 seconds, still not gonna help. Might see people use this in lower chaos, like if you're not in chaos 7. Has the same problem with cannonball towers in chaos 7, which is that EMP combos are gonna disable it. But if you're trying to run through the campaign, I believe Ballista is now more viable. In fact, I would say that Ballista might be more viable than the Poison Dart Tower when running through the campaign. We'll see how that goes. Earth Shadow Towers, okay, Earth Shadow Tower, I'll be talking about Earth Shadows together with Lightning Strike's Aura. So one thing you realize that attack rate is improved, and there's a lot of other stuff regarding. So they got a buff overall, but the problem with these two towers, again, Earth Shadow faces the same problem as cannonballs and as well as the ballistas in Chaos 7, which is that they get disabled. So you kind of have to go for a turtling build. This is a bit better because you can kind of turtle with this, and he actually has a lot of range. Only issue is that turtling builds are inefficient. It takes a lot of time. You have to wait for enemies to spawn, walk to your defenses, and then just take damage from there. So if you're gonna do a turtling build, Earth Shadow is probably above average. But for most people trying to farm Chaos 7 efficiently, trying to go for those spawn camp builds, Earth Shadow is still not gonna be viable. Lightning Strikes Aura, same thing. Spawn camp builds are not gonna use Lightning Auras. You just wanna use it for like some of those slower games where you force enemies to actually walk all the way. They just stack a lot of Lightning Auras. That's a lot of damage right now. It's pretty crazy. I've seen people do like 3 million crits and then 1 million normal damage every second. Attack rate improved to like 1 second max. So every second you do like 1 million, 3 million crits. But generally okay. Sam Viper's not really tested yet. I'll be testing this today. Probably not that good. Probably not that good. Like it basically does increase its defense power ratio and lower its crit. But Sam Viper has always been a crit tower because it had a lot of defense rate. So I guess it's a small nerf. I don't think it's gonna be viable. Again, Honestness didn't really test this out. We will be testing Dryad today. Blaze Balloon cost decreased, power ratio decreased. Guys, do you see this? Power ratio decreased. They nerfed Blaze Balloons basically. It got 25% cheaper, and they got a 2% defense power ratio decreased. So what this basically means is that for the blaze balloon to be as good as a flame aura, for blaze balloons to be viable, one blaze balloon has to be as good as two flame auras. Think about it. Because one flame aura is 30 DU, and now blaze balloon is 60 DU. So for you to want to use one blaze balloon, it has to be as good as two flame auras, which is highly unlikely. As well as the defense power ratio nerfed, a lot of people used to run the Phoenix shard with blaze balloons, which only scale off defense power. So now that this is nerfed, Phoenix shard is a lot weaker, so this is gonna be still gonna be obsolete. Alright, Poison Dart Tower. You guys wanna hear this? I'm pretty sure you guys wanna hear this, as well as weapon manufacturers which I'll be getting on in a bit. So firstly, dart defense power ratio increased, poison defense power ratio decreased. This basically tells you to drop your explosive poison, drop your enhanced poison. If you still want to run poison dart towers, drop both of them, just go full damage. So your tower is gonna look something like power transfer, destruction, as well as daily strikes. That's basically it. You can even run defense rate if you want in place of daily strikes, depending on how you are using the positive dart tower. I believe that defense rate might be a bit more useful than daily strikes right now, because if you are running Chaos 7 with 4 men and then you drop a poison dart tower that's daily strikes, sometimes it doesn't really kill the air units. So if you replace the daily strikes with like no just defense rate, you shoot more times, it will actually kill. So well, something interesting to note. Overall nerfed. Refer to my tier list on my Google spreadsheet, which I'll be updating within the week after I test out some of these defenses. Serpent's Coil haven't tested yet. I'll be testing it on stream later. Skater Archers defense power ratio increase. Nope, just nope. Problem with Skater Archers has always been the same. In order for Skater Archers to achieve the intended amount of damage you want them to, both sides have to hit enemies. Otherwise, one side is not just gonna it's just not gonna offer you enough damage. And the problem with most of the maps is that this guy doesn't cover two lanes on most of the maps. And even on like Kel 7 he just faces the same problem, which is that he gets stunned by EMP combos. Alright, let's go to the best tower. Weapon manufacturers. So we saw this nerf coming. We saw the bug fix. You know what guys? Weapon manufacturer didn't really get nerfed. Remember a video I made sometime back talking about how we can actually build maps without node increase? So node increase is out of the picture. You guys wanna refer to that other video where I don't use node increase at all. And there's also another interesting thing, which is that defense power ratio got nerfed, but crit damage ratio is updated to match the change. So basically this went down and crit damage went up. What does this mean for you guys? This basically means that you do not want to run a medallion anymore, because your medallion is gonna give you less value than a mark. So firstly, you want to run a mark. Secondly, your mark you're gonna get defense crit damage, and instead of power transfer, which I used to use, you're gonna run defense rate instead, because power transfer is not gonna give you as much value since the defense power ratio decreased. Power transfer is not too good anymore. You wanna get defense rate. Defense rate will help this out a lot more. And weapon manufacturers are still top tier. Trust me, it's still top tier. I will do like my build videos with weapon manufacturers just to show you guys how I can steal AFK in content. Alright, other balance changes. Tiny Ogres have not seen this before. I've been doing a bit of campaign but have not even seen this, so whatever. Abyss Stone has been refactored, enabled proper crit. So they keep buffing this Abyss Stone thing. And I don't think it's gonna be viable. Firstly, Abyss Lords have this interesting shard called Power Overwhelming, which just boosts the damage by a lot. And Abyss Stones actually cost a lot after you are using that shard. And then the problem with Abyss Stone mana reduction shard, which I believe is on the boots, is that it shares the same slot as your fountain buffs, as well as just speed boost in general. So Abyss Lord will probably still remain as a utility character, only utilizing the right command. I don't think Abyss Stones is gonna be viable. Gonna see how it goes. To be honest, I will test this out, and I guess I will make changes to the tier list appropriately if this is good. None of the beasts got nerfed. I have no idea why Trendy did this. No one was even using a beast sword that much. So half the beast getting nerfed was just a slap to the face for the character. Shadow combo slash Frosty Proton Proton node. I believe some of those high profile players have been trying this out. I don't think it was ever too good that Trendy needed to nerf it, but I mean this is more like a tedious build. You build a bit more, you invest a bit more time into building just to see this combo go off and destroy some enemies, which weapon manufacturers and flame auras could already do. So there's no point just doing. You're just wasting time to overkill basically. So no idea why Trendy nerfed this, but okay. Joe Prime special enemies don't you don't really notice him anyway. But I guess health and tenacity this might make them a bit more obvious. But at the end of the day, jolts are not really threatening. Jolt Prime basically means that there's gonna be more healthy jolts that prevents projectile towers. But if you think about it, recommended guides for Chaos 4 and higher are just running auras anyway. So this probably doesn't matter. Having a jilt, extra jilt there for a bit longer just means that flame auras take longer to kill him. It's okay. Betsy weapons has been added to the Wayfarer shop. So if I actually go over to the game right now, I can actually show you that if you head over to the Wayfarer, which is right here, you will now have all these other stuff right at the bottom. To be honest, it's garbage. Don't bother. One interesting thing to know about the flame flying dragon is that this shard here, this primary attacks via a piercing projectiles shard, is exactly the same as the other squire shard, which is basically Betsy's empowered beam. I'm not sure if I can actually find my weapon with it, but it's literally the same. Like, okay, it says that it's 105%, but that's at a base. That this is at base tier. If you actually upgrade this shard to max, it is 150%, which is exactly the same as a maxed Betsy's empowered beam. So this is basically having a locked slot for nothing. I mean, you might as well just run the shard if you want to have this effect. People are just gonna buy it like for his looks, I guess. At this point, general nothing new. Odd change to be honest on Trendy's part. But let's just go back to my what I was showing you guys earlier. Right. Monk's post mesh. So this is more in line with initiates. It's nice. Inventory is full. This is nice, I guess. I'm not sure how many people actually sell items, but it's pretty good. I wonder if Scavenger has that option to let you just sell everything, cause that would be awesome. Just have a dummy bag, just have a dummy bag, collect everything, then everything that overflows goes to the scavenger, right? So you can essentially just go over to your scavenger, sell all, and then just get rid of everything, get a gold. Not sure if you can actually sell all in the scavenger, so we have to see how it goes. Quality of life changes, placement range. The placement range, I have no idea what this is. Doesn't seem to increase that much. Even if there was an increase, it was like probably I don't know 10%. It didn't even feel like 20% to me. And I've been playing weapon manufacturers a whole lot, so I don't know, man. Volume update in real time, just quality of life. All these are basically quality of life changes, not much. Alright, so a lot of bug fix. Item duping. I have no idea what kind of duping bug there was. Apparently, I was kept out of the loop, but that's fine. Multiple changes to seeing loading, infinite loading screens. I haven't seen this after the patch so far. Good update, trendy. Possible solution for inventory data get wiped. No idea what the hell this is. Memory leak. Not really. Like game was performing badly before, but it's not performing much better now. So no idea what this is, but okay. They tried to fix this like a few patches already. This relic's now properly dropping thing. Apparently not. Good change I guess. Garbage is gonna be a bit more viable, but actually gonna play it. Zapper special enemy will appear in Chaos 7. Still useless. So this is one of the most useless boss guys. Don't bother. Don't think too much about it. Stuck siege roller. I've not seen this before. I've not played the run parts too much either way. I wonder if they fixed the stupid ogre getting stuck on Nimbus Reach. Alright, no idea what this is. Never used this. This was a bug I heard a lot on the Discord server. Nice change. All these are basically just nice changes. This is pretty nice because now you can stack the beaststones. Like this is pretty nice. So beaststones might be viable. We have to see how it goes. And this is basically a buff to a dryad, which I'll be testing in my stream later. Same thing, so-called buff to dryad. And these are basically just bug changes. I have no idea why the hell there's such a long list for this, but a lot of VFX changes, a lot of visual bugs. They just fix it. They just love fixing visual bugs. Got skip through all this. Wow, really annoying, guys. Just take your own time, look through this. To be honest, there isn't much to say. It's mostly just a bit of bug here and there. Yeah, text issues, visual bugs, gamepad controls. Alright, so this is interesting. Minimum obsession filter does not work. So after all these months of this minimum obsession thing being out, it's still kind of bugged in a way. Disappointing, but doesn't really concern me. I never play with a minimum obsession anyway, like not too much. So alright, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of the patch notes. Some of those VFX bug changes. I'm not gonna go through them. You can read them on your own. Those are just general quality of life changes. Anyway, pretty okay patch by Trendy. There's no new content. A bit sad that they forced me to actually have to build other towers now, because if you guys watch my live streams, you guys will notice that even after the patch, it's still AFK builds all over. It's just that I have to spend a bit more time to actually set up the build instead of the usual weapon manufacturers, which just take like less than 1 minute. Anyway, if you guys like this video, just like this video, it'll let me know that these videos are actually helpful. I'll try to pull out more of such content in the future. Otherwise, check out my links down in the description. First one will be an all-in-one guide made by me for the game Dungeon Defenders 2, which will include tier lists, guides, tips, mechanics, and I don't know, there's a lot of good stuff on it. So definitely check it out. Secondly, it will be I believe it's my Twitch channel, which I stream at all the time. I stream over at twitch.tv. I'm a Twitch partner streamer, so check me out there as well. Last but not least is my Discord link. If you have any urgent questions that you wanna contact me from, join my Discord server. Let me know there. I'll see you guys in my Twitch live stream, which will be starting in like less than half an hour's time, or in my next YouTube video. See you guys.